What's up, guys? I'm Joe, and this is a Bradford fence. All right, so we're here on location in Conway at a job we just finished up. It's a nice 6 foot tall Western Red Cedar privacy fence with a cap and trim. We're gonna dig into the selections that they chose here and why, and the scenarios of when you would want to consider those kind of selections, upgrade options, and when you may not, and just the pros and cons of each. So let's get into it. This would be, as far as a wood fence realm, would be kind of the ultimate of what you would do if you were sticking with a natural wood product fence. So the three main things on that are, as we discussed, the cedar. Specifically, this is a Western Red Cedar. Then we can take a look behind. They also went with the a steel post. So all the posts on this fence are steel. And then third, all the fasteners are screws on this, so everything is screwed. So that combination of the Western Red Cedar and the steel post and the screws really gives a very durable, long-lasting, minimal wear and tear maintenance as far as a wood realm goes. And so we can kind of talk through each one of those and why for your projects you may want to consider or may not want to consider each one of those aspects. All right, so on the cedar specific, it is gonna be a very durable wood. Now, as far as your initial investment on it, it's gonna be more than your traditional treated pine. But it's gonna have some benefits compared to the pine. Now you can see here all the pickets themselves, which are these vertical boards, are Western Red Cedar with the cap. All the cap and the trim is a cedar. Now we still typically do the framework or the rails in a treated pine. The treated pine is a little bit more dense, so as far as spanning these sections and providing the structure of the rails, it's got a little bit more strength there, a little bit more density. Now, the disadvantage of the pine is that it's got more moisture content, and so it's gonna shrink and dry more and is more apt to bow and warp. But this is a good combination. You get the strength of the pine with the rails, but then everything else as far as the pickets and the cap are the Western Red Cedar. So with that, with the benefits of the Western Red Cedar is it's a natural product, so there's no chemicals or anything on this. It's naturally resistant to rot and decay and bugs and all that. And then it doesn't have the moisture put into it like the pine does whenever it's treated, so it's gonna shrink a lot less. Now you can see we butt these up, but there's very minimal shrinkage on that, so it's a little bit more stable. It's going to shrink less, not going to be as much movement, which affects the life of it as well. And then I mean, yeah, just aesthetically, it's a great look and just a really durable, long-lasting wood. So with some of those cedar properties, you're going to get a longer lifespan typically than you would with the pine. So the cedar really helps with just longevity and consistency in the wood realm when you're comparing the cedar to the pine. Then the second thing we talked about with the metal post, which they are kind of hidden here. They're behind the picket right here, but you can see this is a Postmaster style metal post, and you can check out some of our other videos where we show some of the ins and outs of that metal post. But with a metal post, if you're looking for a post that's not gonna ever bow or warp, is gonna be solid and steady, straight and true from the moment you set it through years and years of use, then the metal is definitely the way to go. It's very strong, and then no tendency or no ability like a wood post to bow or move. So you're gonna get a long life out of it. And then also, even more than that, even if you went through the lifespan of your wood, the metal post could easily still be used. Take these sections off and replace what you needed in the long run. So with both those, the cedar and the metal post, I mean, who that would be right for would be somebody that is wanting a natural wood. You may not want like a man-made product like vinyl or something like that. You may like the natural look, but you want something that's going to be long-lasting and lower maintenance than just a traditional treated pine. And then if you got to think about your time frame, whether it's for your home or your business. If you're going to be there a while and you've got many years that you need the functionality and the enjoyment of the fence, then it can be worth the investment for something that's going to be more long lasting and more stronger for over the years to come. Now, if it's a home that you may not be in long, or that's the budget just doesn't allow, then treated pine may be a better option. I know the house that we built 9 years ago, I would have loved to done a fence like this, but the budget just didn't allow it, and I've got a treated pine fence there. But if you got the time frame and are going to have something that you want to last, this is a very good option with the cedar and the steel post. And then the third thing too are the screws. We can go around to get a better view of that, and we can talk through kind of the benefits of the screws as well. All right, so a word on the screws. Now, we were just looking at the back side of the fence where those 2x4s met the metal post, and now regardless of anything else, those are always screwed in between a metal post and the 2x4 framework. But then the standard option for your pickets and your cap and your trim is typically a ring shank nail is what we use, and then we have these other options for the screws like this. But why would you choose the screws? The ring shank nail, it does have a raised or beveled edge that does help to create a strong hold between the pieces of wood, but the screw is just going to be that much better. It's got the spirals in the screw that is a much longer kind of tooth or bite, and so it's gonna hold a lot stronger. And really what you see over time, especially with an exterior wood, is that through weather cycles of drying and expanding, wet and dry, heat and cold, those little micro changes in the wood just slowly, little by little, start to kind of pull things away from each other and back out nails. So the screws, they prevent that even more so with just the ultimate hold with the screws. So here we've got our pickets screwed in, all of these are screwed, and then the cap is screwed to that top 2x4, and then all the trim is screwed. And then also on the maintenance side of things, other than just a superior hold with the screws, maintenance wise, if you did have a board or something that you needed to replace, it does make it a little bit easier also to just get a drill, back the screws out, do what you need to do, and then move on. Rather than with nails, you gotta kind of beat those things out. You usually break a picket or two trying to get those nails out, so it makes it a little bit more convenient, a little easier there. Hey, and one other note on the metal post. So whenever you do the metal post with our gates, then we want to keep that all metal as well. So typically with a wood post, wood gate frame, you'd have a 6x6 wood post, but when we do the metal, we'll do a 4x4 black metal post like this. So that will be what your gates hinge off of whenever you do the metal post like we just looked at. Hey, so hopefully that was helpful with the ultimate wood fence with Western Red Cedar, metal post, and screws. So make sure and like this video, that helps us out a ton, and subscribe to the channel for more fences just like this.